Hola.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone. It's Sweets and myself. Thank you so much for coming.
Of
So,
course.
hi, health, wealth, and hope. Hi, Maria. Hi, Cree. Hi, Jendi.
Hi, Jendi.
Hi, Daisy Girl. Hi, Dreamy. You can see me. Hi, Kirsten. Hi, Melissa B. Hi, Siriana. How is everyone tonight? So, I don't know if everybody watches Salt Lake City. But if you've ever watched The Real Housewives, a show to watch is Salt Lake City. And it's season 5, episode 1 is just happened during the week. Hi, Patty Scarface. And it was amazing. What a start to a
Yeah,
season. What did you think? What did you think, Sweets?
I loved it. First of all, I think that Salt
Hi,
Lake
Lucia.
City has the best scenery. It is just so beautiful. I would love to go there. It's so beautiful.
Hi, Sam. Yeah, as it's absolutely beautiful. And the intro, so they told it like a story, and I loved the way
Yeah,
they did that. I've never seen a housewife start like that.
it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, the walking through the houses, about how friendships are affected, how people fall out. It's the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Licia. It's brilliant. So it starts off with that. But again, we've got Heather back, Whitney back, Lisa, Meredith, Angie, Mary, and we've got the newcomer Bronwyn.
Yes.
Hi,
This is
Charlie.
the second Bronwyn in Housewives.
You're
Remember
right.
they had one. Was it Orange County or Beverly Hills? Orange County.
Orange County.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another wacko. Yeah.
So we've got the opening scene, and we're at the Blue Sky Ranch. Hi, Chanley.
Beautiful.
Blue Sky Ranch. This is where this is Lisa's having her Valentine's Day.
Her Bezos party.
Yep, her Valentine's party. For just our Galentine's, it's just for the
Yes.
women. Yes,
Yes.
Mary is back. I know, Chanley, I've been looking at that as well, actually. That does look good. So they're there, and Lisa arrives first with her sister in law, Kim. And Lisa starts moving furniture. She's like, Lisa's got an eye about how she likes things. And
Because I like angles. Like, who is that a thing?
I
I
know,
don't like
she said,
angles.
I don't like angles. I was like, oh,
It's so weird. Like, I don't get it. Maybe it's
I didn't get that
rich
either.
people problems. I don't know.
I think this is her just being shown her controlling side.
Hmm.
She's calling it her Bezos party as well.
Bezos party. Yeah.
And she goes on about, oh, yeah, I'm having this because I love friends, some more than others. Like she
Somebody.
just, it's Lisa. So it cuts to 2 weeks prior,
Hmm.
and she's sitting with Angie and Heather, and she's telling them about the party that she's going to have. And she mentions the Bezos party, and she said she's on the fence with Whitney after Whitney did, and it was Nick Vile's podcast.
Oh, okay.
Nick Vile does podcasts with all the housewives, all the reality stars. He does a lot of the Vanderpump Rules. So he's got a really, really, it's the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So he does a lot of the reality stars and stuff. He does do that.
I'll have to
So
check it out.
he says, yeah, we should really actually, because he's really good. He says to Whitney, have you ever heard Lisa apologize without being dismissive?
Yeah.
And Whitney said, I can't say that I have. Sorry, I've got notes here, so you'll see me looking at my notes. She doesn't care about anything else other than being right. Now, you're supposed to be friends. Like, why are you going
But
publicly?
is that so bad? I mean,
Well,
being called a villain, or, you know?
she says Lisa's always been the villain. That was the offensive part.
Yeah.
But see, maybe it's all in context, isn't it? Maybe she meant Lisa's always been portrayed as a villain. Lisa's always been perceived as a villain, but that's not what she said. She said Lisa's always been the villain.
Yeah.
That what I don't get. Those two were good friends last year.
Yes, they were.
She was fighting with Heather and accusing Heather of trying to affect their friendship.
And they're cousins too.
Yeah. So to
Yeah, they're
me,
cousins.
it's just weird. Like, what happened between then and now? This is what.
Well, it comes out later why they're fighting.
Ah.
It comes out later in this episode why she's so upset.
So I just feel as if Whitney goes on and off people
Yes.
because she's done it with Heather. I've seen her doing it with Heather. And I've seen her do it now with Lisa. Like, she seems as if she can only prioritise one big friendship at a time. Just hi.
I think she just tries to please everybody, and she's like this yes person to everybody. And that's what's getting her in trouble because she wants to be good friends to everybody. So this one is talking crap. She agrees. Then she goes over here. And this one is talking, and she agrees. And then when they get together, this is where they say that the lies come in.
Absolutely. So after that, Lisa is talking about it at her event and said that she's mad at Whitney and she's unsure if Whitney will even show up at this point. So the guests start to arrive, and Mary and Angie get out the car together. That made me laugh.
Yes.
They're arm in arm. They've got matching handbags.
And matching sunglasses.
And it shows you, it goes back to last year where Angie's saying, Mary, come over here and sit. And Mary's like, who is Angie? And the confession, who is Angie? In true Mary fashion. So Mary then says that Angie actually gained her trust. So she even took her to Kathy Hilton's Christmas party.
Yes. Who knew? Mary knew Kathy Hilton. Yeah.
My cat's rule. Yep, she absolutely did. And then Angie says Mary's soft in the inside, but not everybody gets to see that side of her. And Mary says about Angie, there's a genuineness about her, and that she shows that she really cares about me. Now, I felt that comment. Sorry?
We will see about that.
I think that comment, for some reason, I felt that was a dig at Meredith.
Yes.
I just felt that was going there was a little side jab there. I just felt that. And trust and believe, I've got 7 pages of this. I take notes. So Heather arrives with her friend Brittany, who made me laugh and cringe in equal measure. So she comes in with her pinkly, and Heather looks great.
Yes, amazing.
With the lips on it and whatever. And this is where I also didn't like Bronwyn's comments.
Yes.
So she says to Lisa, I love a theme. And Lisa's like, it's not really a theme, it's high fashion. We don't do themes. So Mary says to Heather, you look pretty and thin. So Heather says, I've cracked the code.
Yeah, be thin and not be inbred.
I've lost 25 pounds, and now Mary Crosby loves me. I went from being inbred to pretty and thin. Honestly, Kirsten, 7 pages. So Bronwyn arrives, and I've got to say, Bronwyn made an entrance.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
He made an entrance. So she had a beautiful white dress with the lips all over it, and she had the love heart fur jacket. Like, still
Was she?
something I could see myself going for the shopping in. I don't think it's something I'd go anywhere in. But yep, she came in hot, Jendy. She
And she
absolutely
made it
did.
a point to say that there are only 3 of those coats. One is owned by Rihanna, one is owned by her, and the other one is some type of museum.
Museum. But that sort of shows you, like, I don't even think what level she's in fashion. I think she is a fashionista, but also she's sitting in a good financial situation. Hi, Southern Chit Chat with Ice Coffee and Debbie. She's sitting in a good financial situation. Hi, Bright Light Moonlight 2000. She's sitting in a good position financially. So
Well, her
she
husband is
said
like how old?
he's 26 years older than her.
Okay.
So she's 38 and he is at the moment
I
65.
can't do math.
But they've been together for 10 years. Because at first I thought it was 27 years, but she actually said later on 26 years older.
Yeah.
But she talks about when she met Lisa 7 years before in Nordstrom. And Lisa said, "Oh, I like that you're going to buy." And she looked at her as if, "Well, why are you speaking to me?" Because she was wearing sweats.
This is where I realized that Bronwyn is going to literally be the worst one, because not even 10 minutes into the show, and she's already showing how stuck up she is and
Yeah.
how she belittled. And if you don't know, Nordstrom is like a department store, but it's a high-end department store.
Yeah.
So, yeah, with those comments, it's not going to go well. And I know she's going to clash with Mary.
I just felt right away you showed that you judged that woman not only on her appearance, but you were looking down on her because you thought she wasn't in the same category as you.
Exactly.
And I
Yeah,
don't like that. I do not
me
like
neither.
that. Like,
Mm-mm,
treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't just judge people by
exactly.
appearances either. Like we all learn that. And if she should know better than to be judging people in appearance, because people have judged her. They actually said she wasn't pretty enough to be a trophy wife.
Yeah, I know. That is crazy.
Who's that? Health, Wealth and Hope Bronwyn makes me think of SX from I. I'm not sure who you mean. But Bronwyn didn't remember that meeting with Lisa. Lisa told her. No, she didn't remember. So you can see, like, this is the way this woman treats people.
But exactly because she said, I don't remember, but from what she said, yeah, I did that.
Sounds like me, she said.
You
It
know?
sounded like me. And that made me go, well, that's not a very. But then
Mm-hmm.
part of me also thinks it's the first episode. Is she coming in hot? Like, because people do it. They try and make this big impression, like they big themselves up. I don't know. It didn't come across maybe the way I think she wanted it to come across. It just wasn't a good look for me.
Mm-mm. Me neither.
Because the majority of the people are watching are not in the 1%.
Definitely not.
And in fact, I bet none of the 1% watch, apart from Rihanna. We know she watches.
She watches.
That's why she mentioned that.
Oh, really?
I think that's why she mentioned that. Because she's letting Rihanna know, like, we're in the same wavelength. Because sure, Rihanna, oh, you rewrote it, sorry. Oh, yeah. From the OC, of course. Rihanna tweeted Heather and supported Heather
Oh,
during
okay.
Heather's first season. So everybody knows Rihanna watches the episodes.
Oh, okay. So that's why she wore that.
And that's why
Okay.
she said that. Yeah.
She
So
wants to tweet
she's
from Rihanna.
trying
I
to,
like that. Bitch, I got that too. You know what I'm saying?
like,
We're
we're on the
teaming.
same wavelength, Rihanna. But do you know what? Rihanna likes down to earth people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how. I don't think it's going to. And then we're only seeing edits, so I just don't know how it'll come across. But Lisa says they were introduced a few years later, 2021. Hi, Fancy Feast. And their kids met, they went to concerts together, and they really hit it off. She found Bronwyn super funny, super witty, super smart. Uh, and it cuts to Bronwyn meeting Lisa for lunch. I don't know. Hi, Party Rock. I'm going to be judgmental here because this is what we're here to do. She showed up in a pair of pants. Knickers. We call them pants. We call underwear pants. We call them pants. Pants, bran, a puffer jacket.
Yeah.
I don't know what's fashionable about that. Hi, Kat. I don't know what's fashionable about that.
I don't get it. I mean,
I don't get it.
that high fashion when they say, "Oh, this costs $10,000." Well, this costs $10 and it looks pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
I don't get high fashion, to be honest. And sometimes it's not pretty. You know, it's like,
Well, I've got on Timu camouflage leggings.
well, hey, I can send you this top. You'll match.
But do you know what? I'm warm. I'm warm. I will not stick to my chair. And that's what I kept thinking about. Is she stuck to that chair in that restaurant? Like,
Yeah.
I just feel as if everything about her and the way she strutted and the jacket off a little bit, and she was
Well,
really.
it's
Hi,
first season.
Ninja.
This
Hi,
is the first
Denver.
time. You know, it'll make or break it because a lot of them don't make it through the first season, and they're cut. So Bronwyn knows that. She knows she has to do an impression, a good impression. She knows she has to come in with the big guns to fight because that's what's going to get her another season.
Where does it match? So you go from, well, because she couldn't go to Milan because of the weather, but she'd
Oh
just been
yeah.
in Paris walking for Couture. Was that her clothing? Is she a model? Like, but
I
then
hope they explain it.
Christine Lee from Bling Empire, not Bling, is it Bling Empire? Bling Empire. She walks in all these big fashion houses. I've not got them yet, Party Rock. They're en route. She walks for all these big fashion houses too. And apparently she practically pays them. She's got to buy all their clothes to be invited to sit in the front row, because other people have said that about her. So, what's her role? Is she a model? Is she? Because she mentioned her brand. She didn't say her clothing brand. She just said her brand
Or
is
maybe a personal brand like me, Sweets and Beyond, my brand, you know?
her brand is, what did she say? Something chaos. I wrote it down. Trust me. Oh. She said her brand something chaos, and it showed you her walking in Paris. I mean, she looks so elegant, so beautiful. But you're going
Yeah,
to show up at lunch in Utah with the snow outside with a pair of knickers on. I
I
was
don't
mind
know.
blown.
Maybe they're just used to the cold, but in my opinion, if I see snow that is not melted, it means it has to be cold.
Me
And
too.
I see these women dressed like that. I'm like, aren't you cold? You know, it's like,
Hi,
I don't
Barbara.
get it.
I agree. I agree. Like, I just kept thinking, I looked at her, I thought, she stuck to her seat in that restaurant, because that would be the thing that would really bother me. I would need to put a napkin down. I could not just sit in a leather seat. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
They're talking about their relationship and the kids, so they know each other pretty well. They know each
Mm.
other's families, and we start to learn a bit about Bronwyn. Like, she's got 7 dogs, and they're
I know,
all
they're all
called
boxers.
after,
So cute.
yeah, and they're all called after characters from House of Cards.
Right.
Yeah, I know, Denver. I'm wondering. I think it's all a big charade.
But
But
you
you
know what
know,
it is? 7 boxers? That is, yeah,
the
that's
thing
a lot.
though with a show like this, and what she won't know, but she'll find out, you've got to be authentic,
Mm-hmm.
because the cracks will show. It will show. Hi, Paul. It will show if you're not
Hi,
authentic.
Rocky.
That will come through.
Exactly, because it's two things. Either you don't have a storyline and you're just boring, or you're a really good villain and they want to invite you back. But if you're a fake villain, the audience won't like you and you're still
Yeah,
gone. So she
yeah,
has to find that in between. I don't
yeah.
like her already, so
You what?
my
Sorry.
mood is off the island. I don't like her.
Yeah, I didn't like the way she said, "Hi, Georgie." I just didn't like the way she spoke about people and looking down. But she said, I mean, she's sitting in the confessional with this beautiful big red.
Oh my goodness, yes, it looked like Mary's chair from her room.
But and she's like, I mean, look at me. I'm like a Tim Burton character, and I feel fantastic. And I feel as if she's doing all these shout outs to people. She's
Hmm.
wanting these people. She's wanting Tim Burton to go. Ah, I could use her.
Yeah.
I just feel as if she's a try hard.
Like Bethany Frankel when she was on the Real Housewives, that everything was skinny girl, you know?
Oh,
Yeah,
everything, everything. Self promotion. There's
yeah.
nothing self. Oh, sorry, it's six dogs she's got. She's got a teenage daughter, Gwen, and her husband.
Beautiful. What a beautiful girl. Beautiful, 17 years old, really
Yeah,
tall.
she's a beautiful girl.
Yeah,
And she talks about her daughter saying that's where I seen her wit. She said she looks like me, she acts like me, and I pay for her lifestyle. And she was funny. She was funny. And Elisa with Jack, she makes me laugh. But Meredith then shows up because it's we're going back and forth. Meredith shows up with her assistant,
yeah.
uh, Jamie. So they come, and I feel as if they were all making a point. Oh, that's her assistant. Like Meredith doesn't have a friend. I felt almost as if that was like because they were all bringing a
Yeah.
friend. And Mealy, who was beautiful, showed up with Whitney. Now, Whitney says she was surprised to get the invite and that Lisa is mad at her. But Whitney goes to her in her confessional, like, the past 6 months are some of the best of her life. She's bought a new home. She's doing a lot of press for her businesses that are growing. And see when they say that businesses, I don't know what businesses, tell us. My businesses. What's your businesses? I know she's got that prism, but like, I don't know.
Who
And
was it, Whitney or Meredith?
Whitney said this.
Yeah, well, she has
Hmm.
the candles, she has jewelry, and she has a bath line, a bath shower
Oh,
line.
we know. So then she says that our friendships are a different story, and it pans to the reunion where she says there's no resolve in New York, and there's a lot of distance between her and the women, especially Lisa. And again, I'm like, but yous two were the two in a good place. So was
See,
it not
because
genuine last year?
something had happened with Monica, because I don't like the fact that they just left it like that, that reunion, with Monica and everything that she did with those pages and everything. And I just hope they touch it this season, because I have a lot of questions about that, about what the recordings and everything that they did. I think something happened there, that's where the disconnect happened with Whitney and the rest of the group.
Mhm.
I think something happened there.
I liked Monica.
Yeah, me too, but
Hey, Sarah. Yeah, I
yeah,
liked
I
Monica.
liked her, but what she did, we
Is
have
she not the
I have
villains? She's not
PTSD now.
narrating the villains.
Yeah.
She's narrating the villains, I think.
Who? Monica?
Monica. Uh huh.
Oh, I didn't know. I'll have to check. I know we were
Yeah,
talking about it.
hold on. Let me just check my IG because I do follow her. I just felt we didn't get to see enough of Monica, and I felt Monica had really a bit of a story. The situation with her and her mother was, and that again, that was genuine.
So toxic, yes. But
Oh,
it's like, how can you have somebody that is secretly filming you and then leaking it and then planting? I mean, she set Meredith up horribly.
hmm.
It was too many schemes that she was doing.
Yeah.
She played all of them.
Yeah. Oh, it's the House of Villains.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. The House of Villains. Yeah, I think Teresa's on it too.
Well, she's narrating it. She's going to be the voice of. So thrilled to be the voice on season how of the house on season 2. So that's Monica.
I'm just stirring the pot. I'm narrating the whole damn show. Hey, Bravo fans, Housewives have invaded the House of Villains. Welcome to the House of Villains.
I like Monica's energy. I like her energy. So that's fine. So then Lisa said, "Oh my God, she actually showed up." When she saw Whitney, I know, when she saw, oh yeah, Whitney, oh my God, she actually showed up. So, but Whitney doesn't go and say hello to her. Now, to me, if you're going to take the time to show up to an event, you're going to go and say hello to the host. It's her event.
I didn't know I was live on my channel, and hi everybody.
I didn't pair it. That's the thing. It gives me the option to pair it, but I didn't pair it.
I don't know, how do I stop it?
I don't know. Let me see. I think it may be because you've come in through that email. Edit channels. That's not letting me.
So I have 11 people watching. Hi.
Yeah, that's some of your people that have come in, definitely. Because I realised, like, this is people that you must know, but I don't know. Like, I see what it gave in the very beginning when I'm setting it up, it gave me the option to pair it, but I never paired it with anything.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Let me monetize. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God forbid you're near 300,000 supporters should sub to me.
Hey, Sarah, drop the link to oh, I can do it. I'll do it here. While I do it.
So, what happened then? So then they talk about Brittany and who Brittany is. And Brittany is Heather's friend who is with Jared. I found all this weird. Jared Osmond, who is the
Yeah.
nephew of Donnie and Marie Osmond. I mean, they are Mormon royalty. They are. They are.
Oh, definitely. Yes, they are.
Absolutely. I mean, they were adored in the UK too.
Oh,
We grew
really?
up with Donnie and Marie. Yes, we grew up with Donnie and Marie. Absolutely. Because they had the show, The Osmonds.
Yes.
So we all get that as well. We all watched that as well. Uh, so they're talking about the relationship and that she's split up with them about 16 times and she's only been with them for 8 months.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that not toxic? So, but anyway, Heather said that's why she's brought her today to like get her out of the house. But somebody says to Heather, "Oh, you're looking great." She goes, "Is it, big baby?" And this is why I like Heather, because Heather owns it. Heather quite openly has shared that she is using Ozempic, and she said modern medicine is amazing. How many other of these housewives deny? Why? If that's something that has helped you and you're on this journey, then I mean, Emily made a joke on Orange County about Ozempic, and somebody said, "Stop." They'll all say you're using Ozempic, but who cares? Oh, thanks, sweet. I was actually joking, but
Yeah.
Heather
But
owned it.
something
Saying
that then we're going to do, then we have to do a cooking show.
absolutely love cooking. You know, I love cooking. Absolutely.
So to
Hi,
all my
everybody.
Puerto Rican followers, I didn't know I was broadcasting on my channel.
I think
Um,
it's because you've come in that email.
okay. But yeah, enjoy. I am a Bravo addict. I watch everything
Bravoholic.
Bravo,
A
and so does
Bravoholic.
my friend Anne. So, once in a while you will see me talking about Bravo. And
Yay.
for reference, here is a Puerto Rican avocado. I
Ooh,
cooked something. I'm not
avocado.
cooking, but this is an avocado.
I love avocado.
There you go. Thank you.
No, Georgie, definitely not. We want people to come back alive. So, Mary and Bronwyn sit down together, and Bronwyn says, I love your coat. I've got the same one. So she's letting her know we're in the same fashion wavelength.
And what an ugly coat. The one that Mary was wearing, the white
Yep.
one with the graffiti. I mean, I bet it cost like $15,000.
Mm-hmm.
But it was ugly.
Absolutely.
It's ugly.
But it was ugly. It would have been beautiful without the writing, but it's
Exactly.
just to scream the label, isn't it? It's just screaming that label.
Yeah.
But then Brittany sits down and says to Bronwyn, I love your
Love the
costume.
costume.
Now, for fashionistas, that's hugely offensive. And
Yes.
Mary said, that's fashion, honey. And Bronwyn says, that's fighting words to Mary. Brittany says, why? And Mary says, we don't wear costumes, we wear fashion. So then it goes to Mary in her confessional. Hi, 11. Mary in her confessional, and she goes, who is this? So this year it's not who's Angie, it's who is this? Which just Mary makes me laugh. She absolutely makes me laugh. So we go from that, and then Mary starts to say, this woman is wearing a coat made from German Shepherds. She's took them to the groomers, about 17 dogs, and she's dyed their fur. And I don't like the texture. See,
I
she
mean,
said that about those German Shepherds and that coat.
but the thing is, um, it's an antique or no, it's vintage fur. Why
Mhm.
would you say that it's vintage and it's real fur? You know,
That's not
Peter is gonna have
socially
a field day
acceptable.
with that.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know we did a Big Brother here, and Pete Burns from You Spin Me Right Round, Baby, Right
yes.
Round. Pete Burns, and he's
Mhm.
in, and without being horrible, Pete's face is a mess. He's in botched plastic surgery, his lips and a bit. But anyway, Pete was in the house, and he came walking in one day with this jacket on, and he said it was a gorilla jacket. Do you know the police went into the Big Brother house and removed his jacket?
Oh my God. I mean, like gorilla skin?
Gorilla jacket, yep. And they said it's absolutely illegal. We are not accepting that. We're not. It was a huge thing in the UK.
Oh, wow.
They're like, that we're not having that here. Where did you get it? It's illegal to have it. I mean, the police came in and removed the jacket from the back. It was crazy.
Good.
So you're right. So you're taking a chance with there.
Definitely. And it looked kind of, I mean, Mary was kind of right. It didn't look that, it didn't look that fluffy or, yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah. Mary makes me laugh. I don't know why I give Mary a pass because she's so. I think it's because she is so politically incorrect, but I don't think she means to be. She just says shit. She just says
And
stuff.
she had a lot of work
I
done
know my real name.
because you can see how plump and shiny her face is. She had work
Oh
done.
yeah. Oh, she's had fillers. She's had work done, and she's looking a lot younger. Let's face it, but she's looking good. Mary's definitely
Yeah,
looking.
no, she looks healthy.
Yeah.
Definitely. She does. Looks really healthy.
So that's where Bronwyn starts going on about in her confession about her and Rihanna and the museum sharing this £15,000 heart jacket to me that just I don't know where you would wear
That
that.
is just crazy.
Crazy. So Mary says about her wardrobe, the room upstairs, and she's saying what I think it was when we were younger. This is where the miscommunication. We didn't
Hmm.
have enough. And
Yeah.
Brittany says, oh, so you became like a hoarder? She went, no, that's a little much. She just makes me laugh. And Brittany says, well, I've been there. I grew up poor. And Mary's like, who said I was poor? I didn't say I was poor. I never said that. And like totally offended. And that woman saying, I grew up poor. And the woman then says, oh no, Bronwyn says, I'm learning fashion is not Brittany's thing, and words are not Brittany's thing. Which again, Bronwyn is witty. Come in with using your wit. Don't come in using all this other
Yeah.
bullshit. And Brittany says, I had 5 siblings. We were poor. I remember putting rolls in my purse and taking them home.
Yeah.
And Bronwyn said, well, that's okay. And Mary said, no, it's not.
Yeah.
And poor Brittany, hi, William. Poor Brittany says, well, obviously, Mary, you've never been poor,
Yeah.
or you would have done that. And then Mary goes, excuse me, and it's not okay. She gets up to leave, and Brittany says, oh, I've offended her. Why? Why did she offend Mary? Mary offended her.
Sure. It's the attitude, and it's, sadly is that Mary's the only Black woman there. So with everything that's going on, and they don't want to offend, because if they may say something that Mary might find offensive. So they walk on eggshells in that sense. That's why Mary can get away with a lot, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think, I mean, Mary's been judged. She
Hmm.
married her step grandfather.
Yeah.
That whole situation was crazy. And her mother fell out with her because her mother felt that she should have married him, she should have stepped into that role. And this is the thing. She's now the head of her church, but she didn't earn that position. She married into it.
To it. Yeah.
And that's it. And where's her husband?
We don't see him.
Ever. Young Robert, he's there.
Yeah, but I think it's she's going through it with her son.
Yeah.
She's really going through it with her son. That hopefully they can touch on that a little bit more, because it humanizes her. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it
What
to
didn't
see it
humanise her was the conversation when he told her he was married. And she's like, she's been staying in the house for 11 months. What do you mean you're married? Like, that to me was totally screwed up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like she should be honest. She should like tell the truth. You're on a reality TV show, and who is going to believe? Oh, I didn't know you were married. They're living in your house. You know, it's like,
And again, with her religion and being so religious, there was different connotations to that. Like, are you supporting this? And does your Bible support it? Like,
and she has such a close relationship with her son. I mean, why wouldn't you be there at a wedding? One of the most important days of your life. Your son did not invite you, and he's still living in your house, and he didn't invite you to the wedding. That's crazy. There's a lot more there.
absolutely. Yeah, there is. There's definitely a lot more. So, Meredith, and it goes to Meredith and Heather and Meredith's home. And I enjoyed this back and
Mhm.
forth these two.
Yes.
Like, when did Heather and Meredith become close? When did Meredith and Lisa become close? Not Meredith, Lisa, sorry. Lisa and Heather. The relationships have definitely changed since the reunion, definitely. But Meredith saying she said more breast surgery.
I'm sorry if you can hear the airplanes. I'm going to shut my door.
No, I can't hear them. The thing is,
Oh, you
you
can
can
hear
also
the
hear mine too.
airplanes?
I can hear mine as well, and it's
Oh,
fine. So Meredith's saying, yeah, her breast tissue keeps going, and Heather's laughing, saying, oh, caviar problems.
yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter how thin I get, my breasts just keep growing. And Meredith's laughing, and I just love that little interaction between the both of them. And because I don't think we see enough of Meredith laughing.
Yeah, it's always doom and gloom.
Serious all the time.
Yeah, I always get them both confused because to me,
A husband.
Lisa and Meredith look so much alike to me that I
Yeah.
confuse them all the time.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So they're talking about that, and then Meredith reflects in Bermuda, everybody attacking her because they were attacking her. One minute in breath, you were all slating Monica. She was this awful person who lied. But if she lied about Meredith, you were willing to believe that.
Yeah,
So I think that wasn't nice. And Heather validated that she never really got the answers either at the reunion because it all became about Monica then. And that was it. But then Meredith talks about Whitney's bath bomb and says last year she did jewellery, I do jewellery. This year I mentioned a bath bomb. She does a bath bomb. It's an attack on me. Like talk about a stretch.
yeah, because they did it on purpose. They cut back to the reunion where she said it jokingly. Oh, maybe I'll do some bath things.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
bath
She
butter,
didn't
bath butter or something. She said, yeah.
exactly. She said it as a joke. She didn't say, "I am planning." And to be honest, anybody you can have um your tragedy and tea bath bomb. You
Mm-hmm.
just outsource this and they stick a label on it. That's
Yeah.
it. It's not like they're in the lab preparing it. They just buy it and they stick a label on it. That's what everybody does.
That's crazy. So then it goes to Lisa, back to her, and Lisa's talking about Jack, and this made me laugh. She's saying he's been away in Colombia for 8 months and he has learned so much. He's learned where the best coffee house is. He's learned where the best restaurant is. And they're all like,
Isn't he on a mission? Isn't he supposed to be, you know,
when he's learned so much, that's not really what people are thinking about. Like, you can
because
see them all
from
looking at him
what
like,
I know, those missions, I mean, they can't use a car, they have to bike or walk. You know, it's a mission for them to, and it's took a couple of years. It's for them to
yeah,
find themselves, improve themselves. And he's hopping from coffee house to coffee house.
that was
I
so
just find
funny.
that weird.
Yeah, and Bronwyn even says, oh, Lisa's version of Mormonism, and we've heard this before, is different from what I grew up with, and that's what this is what I like. I like when we start learning about the women. And Bronwyn was brought up with her mum and dad, and they were involved in the church, but they went to BYU. So that I looked that up. So this is Brigham Young University. This is a private university.
It is, yeah.
Private, yes. So she's grown up with money. So she's always had money. So she's probably because she has a snob right away in the first episode. She comes across as a snob, and that's it. So Meredith goes up to Whitney and says, "What's up with the bath bombs?"
Yeah, that was perfect.
And
That was perfect.
Whitney's like, and she said to her, "You launched jewellery last year, and now this year it's bath bombs. What is your problem with me?" Which is so crazy to even think. And Whitney says to her, "I've got no problem with you." But and then she says in her confessional, she's spending that much time in the bath, she's shriveled up her brain. But how conceited to think that somebody else has said, like they're revolving their life around your ideas. Or really Irish lass. Or really party rock, okay. Crazy. So Meredith tells her, "Well, I don't want to be your friend." And you can see Whitney's totally gobsmacked. But Whitney had also said that she's totally distanced herself from all the women. So if you've not been talking to them for months, is that really a friendship? Well, although I don't speak to my friends all the time, like they're still my friends, I suppose. Yeah. But then Mary's like, why are those guys fighting over a bath bomb? In a bath, baths are dirty. Which was just funny. And what they said, the mistake she made, Jen's in prison, Jendi. She was found guilty of, what was it, wire fraud or fraud?
Fraud, scamming, yeah.
Oh, really, Party Rock? Oh my God. Oh dear. So what they say is the mistake she made, she should have given Meredith, asked her for her address to send her some of the stuff. So Angie comes over to speak to Meredith at this point because she knows Meredith wants an apology from her for last year. And let's be honest, Meredith did a lot to Angie last year.
Yes, she did.
Absolutely, she did. When you're going after people's husbands, their family members, like that, that's a lot. And telling Monica to go after her house. So Angie says, I believe you want me to apologise. Well, let me show you everything I want you to apologise for. And she pulls out her scroll. I want you to apologise for going after my family. And Meredith's like, oh, this is ludicrous. The way she does. And she definitely does. And it goes to Heather and Mary, both talking about this scroll. Like, she's put a lot of work into this, and Mary's like, she had to buy the paper, the glue, stick. She's a hard worker.
Yes.
But Angie was actually trying to be funny. And Angie said she actually thought when she came up to Meredith and pulled out the scroll,
The scroll.
Meredith would laugh. And then she said, of course, she doesn't have a sense of humour. But if you were only looking for laughs, why did you go so hard at the dinner table?
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's why I like Bronwyn at the dinner table.
Me too. Me
I
too.
like that.
That's where she showed a bit of class.
Yes.
Mhm.
Out of all of them, yes.
So, and again, timing is everything.
Mhm.
And I know they know they're filming. But Lisa, cheers to everybody for coming. And so many checked in on me all the time. And I don't love podcasts. And then she looks at Winnie and says, we've got to talk. Like,
I know.
a whole group of women. That just blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. So they go into eat. She tells everyone to go and eat. So Mary is to sit beside Brittany. This really made me laugh. And she goes, oh, no, why? I don't want her sticking bread in my purse. That really, really made me laugh. I thought that was really funny. Hi, Just Beetle. And Bronwyn's getting to know Whitney. They're talking about their stepchildren, the age difference. Oh, thanks, Kat. The stepchildren, the age difference, and Whitney said, we've got a lot in common. And that's when she'd actually said the comment about the trophy wife.
Yeah.
That she wasn't pretty enough to be a trophy wife. And you can see she's had surgery as well, because she looked totally different to her younger pictures, completely different. So Meredith and Angie start talking about apologies, and she's going on about, you told her to sue me to take my house. And Meredith's going to leave me alone, the way she does. And Angie, they're talking about, leave me alone, live your life, I will live my life. And Angie says, live it in your effing rental. Which I thought was a really, really low blow.
Yes.
You're going after other people. And again, that's where there's no class. You're going after other people's, like, personal, although she did go after her family last year. You're going after people's personal business. But if you don't like it done to you, don't do it to somebody else.
Don't exactly.
And I just felt that was really a shitty thing. So she says 1 minute the scroll was a joke. It wasn't a joke because you're going hard now. So Bronwyn tries to get Angie to draw a line under it. Yes, but we can draw a line under it now. And she's
Yes.
still, yeah, but we can draw a line under it now. Are you willing to draw a line under it? Are you ready
She was
to?
actually, yeah, she was actually so
Exactly.
shocked that these ladies are acting this way.
Yeah,
She's
she.
like, oh my God. It's like, what did I get myself into?
Mm-hmm.
Saying, but stop, you can stop. And
Because
then
I
all of
think
a sudden
she
she went
probably
like,
watched it enough times because she knew what she was doing with the Fendi, the Rihanna thing. You know, she knew what she
yeah,
was doing. So I think she's watched it. She's got enough background. But I think until you're probably sitting in the situation with them all going at each other across the table, it must be really hard to perceive until you're in it. So then Mary's looking at the food and she's saying, they said, Mary, you vegan? And Mary says, well, apparently and then she's saying in her confessional, I'm looking at that big piece of meat and I can imagine it living in my colon for 9 months.
they look beautiful though.
Oh, it looked delicious. But
Yeah.
even there, Lisa cannot help herself because Heather says, oh, is it T-bone? And Lisa goes, fill it. Like, as if, fill it, you know? So there was questions. Whitney says to Lisa, have you got questions about the podcast? And she said, I feel you've got a problem with me about the podcast. Lisa says she does. And Lisa said, your podcast was not about you, it was about me. And Whitney's like, oh, wow, you are self-absorbed. If you
Yeah,
believe,
definitely.
absolutely, I agree as well. And Whitney says that podcast went on for 2 hours. Yeah, you were mentioned, but it wasn't all about you. And then Lisa calls her a liar. Oh, that took a turn, didn't it? And Whitney said, you can't call me a liar about my feelings. And she was right about that, what she said.
Exactly, she was right.
You can't call somebody a liar. Hi, Debbie. Somebody a liar about their feelings. And she said, it's like you saying you're a liar, Diet Coke's better, sort of thing. She used that analogy.
Exactly, yeah.
And then Lisa says something about, or Whitney says to Lisa, so when you said this week, and Lisa's like, right away, what did you hear I said this week? And you said it's been you told her, or you between
So
Angie and Heather. And I knew right away it was going to be Angie. I don't know why.
of
I
course.
knew it was going to be Heather. Hi, Couture. And eventually she's like sort of question who what, and then Whitney I felt was really childish. I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to
But
speak.
she had three women just screaming at her, bringing up stuff from that she has already apologized. She came in, I think she was one of the youngest, and you know she learned not to do, and she has apologized for scheming, for doing all these things, and they keep bringing it back up. She was right saying, look, I already apologized for that. What else do you want from me?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, it was the way they were all going. So Heather says, you see Angie showing up at Whitney's door, and that's
Yeah.
all you want with her. And then Heather says, I said nothing to Whitney. So Lisa's like to Angie, and Angie admits it. And Lisa says she feels isolated because she can't talk to her without her wanting to tell her. And Lisa said it's not about who says plenty, it's about who's repeating it, because she's saying that both of them have said plenty about each other. So that's when it becomes unfair then, because you've told her, well, you've told Whitney what Lisa said, you've not told Lisa what Whitney said. You know,
Exactly.
she's saying that both of them have said plenty. And Lisa says, and then Lisa's like, are you involved in this? Do you want to be involved in this? Like she's really going at her.
But it's so stupid that they're screaming at each other just because Whitney said she's a villain. Something as simple as that, an opinion.
But
It's not like she called her, you're a cheater, you're a fraud, you're a druggie, you're an alcoholic. No, I think you're a villain. How,
And
you know?
Lisa can't take criticism at all. I mean, she can't. She just can't. She never will. But then she Lisa says Angie is more loyal to Whitney than me. And she's right. She has got a point there. And Whitney says again, I don't lie. She says you lie about me. You said I slept with someone. I didn't. You're right. There's the old lies starting to
Yeah,
come up. And Whitney says, and I took it back. She said,
exactly. She did. And then Heather jumps in too about, you said that I use unauthorized things in my book. She already apologized for that too. You know, so I think it was
also
extremely unfair.
Heather went, when she said I didn't
Exactly.
lie. I was like, oh.
But she apologized for everything that was brought up except the villain part. And she said she wasn't going to apologize because it's her opinion. And I fully agree with her. It's her opinion.
But then Lisa, this is when you see Lisa has got a nasty sign. She said, I said you're the villain and I won't take it back. And Lisa says, I will be your villain, bitch.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which is stupid. I mean,
and you're thinking, what happened to the classy lady? Like,
exactly.
is Philip. What happened to her? So that just shows you.
And why invite her? She did it on purpose. She invited her also because they're on a show. And if, you know, you have to, she has to be part of the show.
Content.
Exactly. So, I mean, last season, what saved Salt Lake City was that scandal, to be honest. It was, you know, it wasn't that great of a season until the end. The last few episodes, that's why it got renewed. I mean, they they I don't think they were even going to film because of what happened with Jen,
Yeah.
all that whole mess. But then Bravo knew the mess that Monica was in because they had kept hinting at it since the beginning. Something is going to happen. Something is going to happen.
Well, when the whole thing happened with Jen and her staff, and the videos came out on Instagram and stuff with Jen screaming at the people with the
That was
clothing.
Monica.
That was Monica.
It was Monica.
That was Monica. And we didn't know that when we watched that whole year. The thing is, so they lost Jen to prison. That's why I think Monica was their new villain. She was their new villain. And it just didn't. Well, I suppose because nobody would have filmed with her. It just didn't make sense to me. They didn't have her back.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
now,
she was good TV.
yeah, she was, especially with, you know, the realness of what was going on with her mom. And too bad that she was a sneak and she filmed and recorded everybody and had this Instagram page, you know, blasting them.
But it's funny you should say that. It's funny she was recording everybody because we're going to see that coming up this season.
Exactly. I wonder who it was, right? Because you hear them screaming, "You're recording," and you're. I wonder who it is. It has to be one of the.
It was the dark hair. I seen the long dark hair, so I had a feeling it was Lisa.
You think?
I thought it was Lisa. You've been recording. It was just they're supposed to be friends. Like, why are you doing that shit? But
Let's
again,
see.
there's Whitney. And Heather says what drives her nuts about Whitney is she'll spin the truth to fit a narrative where she can do no wrong. So she feels that way, the same as Whitney feels about Lisa.
Yeah.
And Whitney says, name one thing I lied about. Heather says you lied about me in the book. Meredith, you accused me of lying about my father's memorial. I mean, that's a hurtful thing, though. Heather, you said
But
that
it wasn't the way it wasn't this. I don't. What Whitney said.
But that wasn't just her. They were all saying it.
Exactly. So why blame Whitney also?
Yeah.
You know, she was part of the conversation. You know, she just wants to blame somebody.
Yeah. So then Meredith says, you accuse Mary of running a cult and being a predator. Hi, Gina Marie. And I'm like, oh, here we go with this again. Mary's not saying anything.
Mm-mm. She's easy over there eating her salad.
Mm-hmm.
Is it dressed? Yes, it's dressed.
And Angie says, you guys are all ganging up.
Yeah.
And Meredith said, you've accused everyone in our core group of having affairs.
True.
Which
Yeah.
is ironic because she's the one that had an affair with her husband, isn't she?
Who? Which one?
Whitney.
Yes.
Her and Justin, that's how her and Justin, she worked with him.
That's how they,
they
yeah.
worked together, yeah. So Heather says, you chased me out of the bar, you said you, but they're all shouting. I just like,
Yeah, that was
shouting,
when they went.
you exploited my vagina.
Yeah.
So they're all talking at once, and Heather said, that was a effing lie, which makes you, and Lisa joins in and they go, liar. And I just felt, you've all jumped in that bandwagon right round that table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was crazy how they all started just screaming at her.
Yeah, I just didn't like it. It felt very judgmental. It was like the baying crowds.
But you have to give it to her. She answered every single question. She stayed there and she says, no, I apologize for that. I apologize for that. You're wrong. You know, she batted each one of them.
Mm-hmm. So when he says, why are you all choosing to pick on me, and Angie said it's a lot. When he said, I'd like to take accountability for something that I haven't, what you're saying, what you said,
Exactly.
that she hasn't taken accountability for already. And Lisa says, take accountability for the podcast. This is where I didn't learn. Whitney screwed up for me. Whitney said, Lisa says, I want to give you grace. Whitney then said, but I'm not sure what your grace looks like. When my other friends give me grace, it doesn't look like that. Did not make sense to me.
Well, in the sense that the way I took it is that she gives grace in the sense, okay, I'll let it pass, but at least she doesn't. It's like she says, have you ever heard her apologize? But that's what she does. That's why Whitney said, yeah, I don't like your kind of grace.
But it was the way she said it as well. And then Lisa says, but your healing journey, you act as if you're morally superior to all of us. And Whitney says, and Lisa says, I'm not in the same journey as you. Whitney, and I actually liked what Lisa was saying at this point. I didn't like them all jumping in.
Yeah.
But I felt for once, Lisa was making, instead of just screaming, she was making sense. And
Yeah.
Whitney says, she says, I'm not in the same journey as you. And Whitney fucked up by saying, well, maybe you should be.
Yeah.
That was wrong. Bronwyn says, she doesn't have to act like you to be okay. Whitney says, well, now she's weaponizing my trauma against me, and I didn't like this. That to me was a stretch. And I felt Whitney then was being manipulative. That's exactly. And do you know the funny thing? The first time I watched it, I didn't take notes. So you just watched it all fresh. And I never sees I was sitting taking notes and writing it down. I was like, oh, I don't like the way this conversation's going. And I don't like what Whitney's saying. I don't like the way she's I felt as if she was using her trauma to fight back. And I didn't like that. It's just the impression I got. And Lisa said, I would never weaponise your trauma. She says, Meredith says, you're asking for grace, but when are you going to give it to Whitney? And Whitney says, you weaponise my trauma against me in text messages. Keep healing what? But when it showed you the text message, it said, keep healing with 2 sets of praying hands. It was like, to me, that was a genuine support. It was weird.
I agree. What else can you say?
And then she said, and I couldn't go over Whitney here, you weaponised my trauma against me in text messages. And she said, do you want to meet the healed Whitney? And Lisa said, well, yeah, I'd like to see her. And she went, F you, Lisa Barlow. And I'm like, That's healed. To me, that's not healed. If
Oh
you're
no, I
healed,
think
you're going to dust yourself off.
the way Whitney said that and did that, he said, do you want to meet the healed? That means that she's not taking any crap from anybody,
Mm-hmm,
and that she's going to be herself. And that's why she said F you.
mm-hmm.
Yes, sweetie.
I just felt, again, like if you have healed, you wouldn't need, I know what you're saying, that's her saying, I'm not taking any rubbish off anybody. I just felt she let herself down in that moment.
Yeah, definitely. If
I
she's
just
working
felt
on
she let
herself,
herself down.
just cussing like that when,
Yeah.
but also, you know, you had 3 women just screaming at you, calling you a liar,
Yeah.
calling you a bunch of, yeah.
And Lisa says, well, you can leave, there's the door.
Yeah.
But Whitney's standing there and then standing at the door, I will not allow you to use my trauma, to call me a liar or use my trauma against me. This is the healed Whitney. I am strong. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you're drunk. That's what you are. But Lisa said that was so manipulative, and Angie can leave with her. Well, I don't think Angie was coming back anyway. She was going with her.
She was going with Whitney, yeah.
And I'm glad she stuck up for her. Now, there you go. Angie is friends with Mary. They came together. Mary is no fan of Whitney, but
No.
that didn't stop Angie doing what she felt was the right thing. You know, Angie felt that she should be supporting her, and that was it. But Heather says, Angie is my girl, and Meredith goes, Angie was your girl. You misread that one, honey. To Heather, and Heather's like, damn. And that's when it sort of cuts scene. But all in all, I thought it was a very explosive.
Yeah, to be the first episode, it was, yeah.
I thought it was
I
great.
can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, and I love the way Salt Lake City are giving us little hints of what's to come
Definitely.
without telling you. And the other thing I've got to say for Salt Lake City, nothing has leaked. This is where Jersey have let themselves down. They've got too close.
Well, you know that for
Podcast
Jersey,
bloggers,
whole
and
new
they
cast.
ruined it.
Yeah, because of Jennifer Aiden and Teresa.
Yep, it was those
It
two.
is a whole new cast now.
Mhm.
Just like they did New York, which I didn't watch because I didn't watch it.
Nothing off New York.
I used to when they had Ramona and everybody else, but
Me
now with
too.
the whole new cast, I did
Yeah,
not watch it.
I didn't watch it
And
either.
if it's a new cast, I'm not gonna watch New Jersey either.
Mhm. I
But
mean,
yeah, nothing has leaked on
I
that one.
loved Jen Fessler, and I loved Danielle.
Cabrali,
Love her.
yeah.
I follow her on Instagram, and she's in Greece right now. Her and Nate are having their 12th wedding anniversary, and they're just living their best life. They're out best restaurants, out in yachts, out in boats, and they're just having a great time and just so in love. And it's just
Yeah.
nice. There's just no nonsense. Like whereas when Teresa post stuff, I feel as if it's all manufactured.
Well, you know that TikTok is all over Louis and all the mess he's in with the fraud and yeah. And did you know that Gia's boyfriend used to work with Louis too, and
Mhm.
he doesn't work with him anymore.
Okay.
So it's a whole mess.
What about that statement that Louis was saying during their podcast, telling the girls to wear thongs on the beach?
Yeah, it's gross. He's gross.
And she's like, yeah, yeah. And as everyone said, if she had said that about her girls, I'm telling my daughter, I,
Yeah,
I'm
it's disgusting.
16-year-old girls, and I tell them to live their life and live their best life, but I don't tell them to live their best life half naked.
No, definitely not.
Because you're trying to teach them some sense of boundaries, some sort of moral code in a nice way. I just think Louis a creep. And I don't think he touch wood, he would ever do anything to hurt those girls. I just think he's so inappropriate.
Yeah, he is a huge creep star.
So Jendy's asking, why doesn't Gia's boyfriend work with him anymore?
Well, something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened, and this one is starving.
Oh,
This one is starving. Something happened that, I mean, Dolores' son also worked with Louis, and
Frankie
he's not
Jr.?
working with them anymore.
There was something about that, and Big Frank was going to mention it at that reunion, and Dolores shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
But Margaret and that said later on, yeah, the situation, whatever. So there was definitely a situation that occurred, and Dolores's family are decent. Well, I mean, Frank. Hi, Missy. I know Frank has had his issues and he was disbarred and all that, but her kids are decent kids. You know, like.
Definitely. I mean, one is a vet, the other one studied business.
Mhm.
You know, she raised her kids really well
Yeah,
without Frank.
I love Dolores. I do.
Yeah.
So, and I love Jen Fessler. So I hope there's different people that do come back. I don't know if I'm over Melissa as well.
Yeah.
I know I'm like as well. Margaret Josephs. I do like Margaret.
I like Margaret.
See when she did that to what's her name with the text.
Yeah, with what is her name? Jackie.
Jackie,
Jackie.
that was hilarious.
I can't believe that she was the one who did everything. They blamed
Margaret.
I can see they blamed her when everything was Jackie.
Do you know what scunners me about that though, Sweets, was the fact that Jackie sat back and let Margaret take the blame.
Exactly.
They were good friends. Like, I could never imagine you being blamed for something, Maria being blamed for something, like something that was serious.
And you knowing the
Jackie
truth?
publicly, and me sitting back, knowing it was me,
No.
and not
Mhm.
standing up or not even telling you, or I could never imagine doing that
Yeah,
ever.
me neither. It's crazy. Definitely. My God. My cat is like sharking me because it's feeding time.
You know, you need to go and feed them.
No, she's busy right now. Get out from there.
But no, I do love the Real Housewives, and I love Miami. I'm glad.
Oh, I told you. I have
I'm
been
glad.
telling you but then now let's see. I hope they film another season. And I hope that, they can fully do it with all the whole cast because now, what is my brain today's fried? The one that's married to the tennis player. What is her name? Well, they just adopted a boy. So they didn't say what age he was, but they finally adopted Martina. That she's married to Martina.
Oh, Marty! Oh, I love those two. And I wasn't
So,
sure about her at first. Her wife, Martina's wife. What the hell is her name again? Julia.
um,
Julia.
Julia. So yeah,
Uh,
so they adopted a boy.
yes.
No,
Yes.
no more details, but they didn't say the age. I mean, if they say boy, I don't think it's a baby
I've got to
because
say something. See if I didn't have experience with my own crazy Latina, Maria, I would not have been prepared for these women. But watching them and listening to them and how they go, like people would say to Alexia, like, stop shouting. She'd say, I'm not shouting.
Oh,
She
yeah,
wasn't
exactly.
shouting.
That's what the way we talk.
Exactly. She's passionate and she's just explaining the situation and that's it. But honestly, and Adriana, oh my God.
Yeah. Like they don't understand that like as Latina friends, we can have this big drag out fight and then 10 minutes later you want to go eat. Okay, let's go. Bye. That's how
That's
it's
a culture.
different. It's the culture. Yeah.
Hmm. And I could see that, and I could see that with them. I love Marisol.
Yes. But I hope she sticks to the whole season and doesn't go to Scotland to get married, because at the end
That
of
was
the season,
hilarious. I
she
know she
wasn't
was
there
here.
because she was in Scotland getting married again.
Hmm. I didn't
To
want to
her.
tell you. She came to see me.
Oh, really?
I invited her. Hmm. No, I do love Miami, and I'm so excited about the next. I wonder why Nicole never came back.
I bet it has to do with money. I bet it does.
The Housewives has been the downfall of many a husband. I just think, and I've told you that I sort of have my own impression. I don't get this. I don't get that a lawyer has a private jet and is buying $1 million homes. And what sort of law are you practicing? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither. There's something there.
He made some good investments, whatever, but it was very vague. Very vague.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
But yeah, so we have to watch the house. Is it House of Villains?
Yep. That Monica is. Hold on, I'll say it.
So we have to watch it. So everybody has to watch the House of Villains
Yep. House of
so we can
Villains.
talk about it. Let me see when it comes out. Let's see.
October the 9th.
Okay. So
Wednesday, October the 9th at 10 p.m. on E. House
so
of
guys, if you wanna chat with us, we're only into episode 1 of Salt Lake City. You really don't have to watch previous seasons. Well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe watch the reunion on season 4.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're on episode 1, so you can catch up easily to us. It's only one episode in.
Yep, absolutely. And if you're available on Sunday, we could do some on Sunday because I think just Sunday's an easy day for everyone. I know,
Oh,
Maria.
my real name said that Nicole reportedly experienced significant postpartum depression. Oh, wow.
Wow.
The
Well,
fate of a beautiful.
her father passed away
I
very, very
know.
suddenly, and
I
she was
don't think
on
he met
track
the
with him.
baby. Yeah.
She was just getting on track with her dad, which
I
actually
know.
I'm glad that happened though, because at least she can look back and know that they'd started building that relationship and whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
okay, that was sad with that situation. I mean, when people were like, "Oh, it's your dad. Okay, he's fine." It's all right saying that when it's not your father.
Exactly.
Marisol
Definitely.
saw
And
it.
imagine
Marisol said
she
to her,
was,
she saw it at the engagement party. She saw it and she said, "Oh, he's hard work, hard work."
yeah, I
And one thing I
know.
never saw before that Marisol showed was an older picture of her mother when she was young. Oh my
Beautiful.
God, Ilsa was
Beautiful.
beautiful.
She just had botched plastic surgery.
That was so sad. She was beautiful.
Mama Elsa. She was a trip and a half.
Oh, I loved her. I loved her. She was hilarious. So you should just pull people up. You're giving them, and I loved Leah Black.
Oh, I wish
And
she
her
could come
Madison.
back. I loved her. She would be great.
What about the situation with Lisa and her husband? And he's split up with that girlfriend now.
Oh no, they broke up again. Now
Yeah, yeah,
he's single again. But
yep.
she's steady with her boyfriend. The boyfriend is so cute too.
Hmm.
Very supportive.
But I just think Lisa, that whole situation was horrible. Trying to get out the house and the kids, and it was just horrible.
I mean, I've been to Star Island. I've taken you can go to, it's called Bayside, and you can get, this is so cheesy. You can actually, on Bayside in Miami, you can actually go on a sightseeing cruise, and it's a pirate ship, and
Oh,
they take you and they show you and they tell you each who lives here. So I bet I saw Lisa. I remember J Lo, Shaq's house. Shaq has, and because all you can see is the backyards, the beautiful backyards. Shaq has a big statue of himself, so that's his house. I
Shaq's,
should take
I
that.
like Shaq.
I should take that trip again and film it so you can see.
Yeah, and Shaq is funny. I think he's a good guy.
Yes.
That was
Although
another show I loved.
something has
Basketball
come
Wives.
up. Something has come up of him doing some not so I'll send them to you. What
Oh,
he's
okay.
supposedly doing.
But I loved Basketball Wives too. Did you
I've
watch
never seen
that?
that one. Mm-mm, no.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was really good.
That Shaq's ex-wife was
Yeah,
there.
she was the main woman on it. It was
Okay,
good.
yeah. Never watched that.
She was the main woman on it.
But yeah, definitely guys watch The Housewives. Only episode 1 is in. So let's get together and chat about episode 2.
Shawnee
Huh?
O'Neill. Shawnee, but she's actually
Oh, okay.
married now. Jennifer Williams is actually just get married like last week. I don't know if you
I
know
don't
her,
know who it
Jennifer
is.
Williams.
Mm-mm.
She
No,
was
I never watched. I don't follow any sports, so I will be the wrong person to ask.
the sport I don't watch, but the Basketball Wives was good. That was actually a good show. But okay, so if that's us covered everything, we can do our next one, and I'm excited about it because I'm really enjoying this.
Definitely. So you guys
Thank
have
you.
homework. Watch episode 1 and episode 2.
But thank you so much, Sweets, for doing
Of
this with me.
course, anytime.
Okay, but thanks everyone.